Hey everybody, this is Brett, and today I want to show you what I'm eating, and we'll talk about food combining too, because I'm implementing that into the diet now that I'm getting stronger and acclimated to this area of where I've just moved. And that's really not easy. When you change where you move and you're also going through a lot of healing and you're moving up, like you've increased the vibration of the area that you're moving to, it's a better place with better people, this and that, then you're gonna have to get used to it. But now that I'm starting to get used to that, I can work on other things. And food combining is one of them. And what I'm eating here today is mostly vegetables. As you can see, the root veggies, those are like beets and turnips and parsnips, etc. And then also, I really like to eat some seaweed with every meal. And my seaweed of choice is generally dulse, because it's so damn tasty and you can eat it raw. I've added some sauerkraut. I'm trying to eat sauerkraut with every meal now. I could not do that in years past. I just couldn't because I was detoxing too much. And you should know that any kind of a food that's geared towards building something back, rebuilding your body, that typically is not as consumed as much in the beginning as towards the end of your cleansing. And you'll always go through cycles, and maybe you'll be able to consume it in small increments in the middle, in the beginning, but not as much, you know. It's a more difficult food to consume. But I threw in a little bit of avocado there, and these are broccoli sprouts. Broccoli sprouts that you can get at pretty much most stores have those. I added some black-eyed peas to it, but this is a pretty good meal for me. It's mostly cooked, but then right now it is winter time, okay? And that's typical for a macrobiotic diet. This is a macrobiotic but not very much grain diet right here. This is only a very small amount of millet that's in this. Let's see. There's some millet in here. There's some millet. A little bit of millet that I added to this. But I'm really trying to cut down on the non-glutinous grains. Now, most of you know that I haven't consumed any wheat, barley, oats, or rye for over 15 years. But even consuming the non-glutinous grains, too much carbs is not good and contributes to bacterial troubles, which is what I'm trying to get rid of here. That and a lot of chemicals and crap. And you know, since I moved to the country, my body just went, You mean clean air? You mean clean water? You mean peace and quiet? Are you kidding me? My mind and body have just been so elated. And so every day I go outside and I try to remind myself of how lucky I am to have escaped from humanity. I'm not finished yet. I'm sure of it. I'm really sure, because the beauty of the internet has given me the ability to see all these places around the world. And if you're in one of those places that's just like pristine, you know, somewhere in Costa Rica or New Zealand, someplace like that, if you're in a place like that and you're watching me on YouTube, would you please contact me? I want to be your friend. So I want to thank everyone for joining me, and also I've got some salmon in the fridge, but you'll notice that I'm not adding meat to a carb dish. I've added millet and beans And those are carb foods. Now the beans are, yeah, they're protein foods, but I get away with consuming the beans and a little bit of grain together. And you know, who knows? I may even completely get rid of grain, but I don't think so. I think what I'm going to do is just eat small amounts of it added to the vegetables. Okay? We're trying to find shades of gray in between now. That's where I'm at. I'm not at a point of where generally, not very often, I'm just like, oh, I'm completely getting rid of that. I'm going 100% raw. I'm going whatever. But you'll notice that I'm not consuming any meat with the carbs. I know that I digest better if I just consume meat with low-carb vegetables. Okay, like I could eat the kale or the salmon with some kale, as an example. I just flipped my spoon on the ground and got food all over my leg. This is not what I want to see in the coming new year. But I want to thank you for joining me.